encounter, I am sure. Here come the players. I'll shortly welcome them into the arena. As a player who needs little by way of introduction, Wang Yidi of China, the world number 4, former world number 2, taking on CHENGZHU of Hong Kong, China for a place in the second round. This is the 11th meeting between this pair. They know each other very well indeed, with CHENGZHU still looking for her very first win over the world number 4. Will today be the day? Will we see an upset? Or will Wang Yidi do as is expected and seal her place in the second round? That's the head-to-head, quite incredible. 10 wins versus 0. World number 4 taking on the world number 66. The Hong Kong China player has been as high as number 44. That was last year. Snuck into the top 50. Has fallen a little way past her best, but Wang Yidi, the picture of consistency, former world number 2, still there or thereabouts.
No. Okay, it's time. We have red and black. Black, red for you. Red. Receive what side you want. Okay.
Well, Gavin Maguire sitting alongside me for this one again. We saw the head-to-head between this pair. Wang Yidi, 10 wins versus 0 for her opponent. How much does that play on the mind of a player when they face someone that they have never beaten in all those encounters before? Is that something you're aware of, or do you just look at this like a whole new match?
Certainly something you're aware of, especially anytime you're playing any member of the Chinese national team. You know you're going to be under big pressure, but when you've got 10 experiences of losing, and often losing by margins of where you're not winning games, it's going to play on your mind, and that's just a huge task here for the Hong Kong China player. She's got to find a way to try and relax, try and play her best. She's got absolutely nothing to lose here.
Absolutely not, but a huge task against a formidable opponent in Wang Yidi, who was knocked out of the quarter-final stage of this competition in Durban 2 years ago by Hina Hayata in a match that went to 7 games. So of course she'll be hoping to go better than that here. Is this a chance at redemption for Wang Yidi? She'll be hoping that she'll do better in quarterfinals. That's the expectation.
She'll certainly be looking to go all the way in this World Championships. She knows that maybe by her standards she's slightly disappointed. By no means to our standards, but there, look at her coach as well, Ma Lin. He needs no introduction either. 4 World Cups and an Olympic gold. So if anybody is going to help her towards a gold medal, it's that man.
Absolutely. Well, she was the doubles champion 2 years ago in Durban alongside Chen Meng. And that is the fan vote overwhelmingly in favour of the world number 2. Hails from Anshan in China, the same town as the great Ma Long. Must be something in the water.
First game,
Shoot
to serve,
is
love
a useful player, Gavin, but the likes of Wang Yidi just make her look very ordinary. She's been an integral part of the Hong Kong Olympic team, of the national team for a long time, but just hasn't had what it takes to edge past Wang Yidi. Will today be the day?
Love 1. Two love.
Well, Zhu has had a busy morning already, was playing in the mixed doubles this morning at the Qatar University complex. Alongside Chan Baldwin, was knocked out of the opening round. She's also playing in the women's doubles this evening.
2-1.
So it's certainly going to be a busy day for the world number 66.
One, 3.
Not an easy schedule at all to play 3 matches in one day, but also playing 3 different disciplines. It's very difficult indeed.
One, 4. Four, 2.
Slightly tentative starts on both sides. We haven't seen too much explosive rallies or long rallies just yet. Certainly expect to see more backhand to backhand trading rallies as we move into this and as both players get a bit more comfortable out there. Just sizing each other up at the moment.
4-2.
It's great support as well in the Lusail Arena for all of these Chinese players. See the Chinese flags hanging up in the stands.
Five, 2. Two, 6. Two, 7. Eight, 2.
Two lead set up here for WANGYIDI. 9-2.
9-2.
It's looking. This game is certainly looking like a formality.
Two, 10.
Yeah, 8 game points. She's absolutely cruised through this one, WANGYIDI. And he hasn't been too challenged at all.
Eleven, 2. Game to 1.
Well, WANGYIDI with a straightforward opening game win, 11 points to 2. Barely breaking a sweat in that one as she talks to her coach, Ma Lin. And as you were saying, Gavin, is one of the very finest people you can possibly have in your corner. There is nothing he hasn't achieved in this sport. We can have a look at him in action. This is, well, quite some time ago. 2007, I can't work out how long ago that was ago. 18 years ago in the men's singles final. Wonderful player, Gavin, and he's never far from the table tennis table. Prominent figure in the Chinese national team setup.
Yeah, lovely to reel in the years there a little bit. One of my favourite players of all time, Ma Lin, an absolute legend of the game.
Second game, 1 to serve, love all.
And how incredible for these players to have him lending his insights, his expertise. A very reassuring presence to have in your corner.
Let.
Well, this is a best of 7 in the singles. WANGYIDI wrapping up the opener with relative ease. 11 points to 2. CHENGZHU will be hoping to avoid a whitewash.
Love one.
Yeah, that's a nice start there. Backhand to backhand trading like we expected to see. This time coming out on top against WANGYIDI.
One all. Two one.
It's a nice start in this game from Zhu.
Two all. Two three.
Oh, that's a great point again.
4-2.
Super combination play. One quick backhand cross, followed with a forehand on the opposite angle. Too wide and too fast for WANGYIDI to get to.
Or three.
Great running
3-5.
forehand there as well. Almost a blind turn, slightly off balance, but managed to put full power and full body in. And it was a direct winner.
She's looking a lot more comfortable, isn't she, now in this second game, perhaps showing some nerves in the first, only able to get 2 points on the
3-6.
board. Now has triple the number of points she did in the first.
Let. 3-6. Let. 3-6. Well,
she generated a lot of power there, Gavin, behind that forehand.
Yeah, turning the corner onto her backhand side, taking on a forehand inside out. Lovely rally. That's great stuff from Zhu there.
7-4.
Trading on both sides, really stepping up to the plate now in this second game. And she looks like there's a bit of belief starting to grow.
Five, 7.
A tad bit ahead of herself there. She set up a lovely forehand down the line, created a chance for herself, and maybe just a little bit too early to the ball. Almost too good.
What do you think the difference has been then for her in this second game?
She looks a lot more relaxed. She looks a lot more willing to play now. I think she was maybe a little bit of fear, a little bit of I've been here before, I've lost so many
6,
times,
7.
as we spoke about those 10 results that WANGYIDI has over her. But now she just looks a bit more, she's ready to throw throw everything she has at WANGYIDI. Give it a go.
Let 6-7. Seven all.
I think this is the first time that Yidi has been level in this second game.
Yeah, despite the level of the Hong Kong-China player, we're 7-7 now all of a sudden. Crucial moment for Zhu. And look at that from WANGYIDI. Crunching a forehand cross court. Offered Zhu the chance to attack. Spinning up. And bang, look at that one. Ma Lin's happy in the background of our shot too.
He loved it. Standing ovation from the great man. Well, we've seen some great rallies in this second game between this pair.
The level has certainly gone up a notch here. Both sides now. That's a great backhand flick. Open the body to shift it out to the WANGYIDI forehand.
WANGYIDI at the moment still the more consistent player on serve, but these are nervy moments at the end of this second game with the scores as close as they are.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant from WANGYIDI. How she maintained her balance in that rally, I have no idea.
For WANGYIDI with game point, the single game point though, Gavin, it's a very different story to the opener. WANGYIDI has been pushed all the way, and can she get this one over the line now? She's got one chance to do so. She goes long, and you suspect that WANGYIDI might be letting out a sigh of relief, because she certainly didn't have it all her own way in that second game. Certainly not the game she was expecting, given the way the opener went. And I think we can now head down towards the field of play and join Fraser Riley. Fraser, what's your take on that second game?
Well, it felt almost like a must-win game for Zhu, didn't it? But there's light at the end of the tunnel for her. I feel as though if she can utilise that shovel serve a little bit more, particularly to the forehand of WANGYIDI with a bit of topspin, she might get a chance to gain advantage early on in the rally. Let's see.
Thank you very much indeed, Fraser. Let's have a look at the action then. Let's see what's happening on table 2, because we've got 2 tables inside the Lusail Arena. And there's plenty going on. This is game point on table number 2. Match point rather to Miharana a little earlier on against Sarah Dinata of the Netherlands.
11-5, game and match to Hirano. Hirano wins 4-1.
So Miharano defeating the Luxembourg player 3-1 in the opening round, and there is plenty of action going on inside this arena. There is currently another match on subsequent to this one on table 2, so plenty of noise inside the Lusail Arena that WANGYIDI and CHENGZHU will need to block out ahead of this third game. And we heard Gavin Fraser saying that Zhu needs to use the shovel serve to WANGYIDI's forehand. What do you make of that advice? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, to be honest, I think there's a lot of things you could do. I certainly agree. The shovel serve is one of Zhu's best qualities, and when she makes it to the forehand, she opens up a bit of the table to attack into. So certainly from a tactical perspective, very good idea. But I'm just not sure anything against WANGYIDI is going to work. A player of her level. But we saw her go close in the second.
2-1. One, 3. One, 4.
So dominant at the table, WANGYIDI, and that forehand is almost like her trademark. She just curves it out to the ZHU forehand with a little bit of extra wrist at the end, just to take it away from her.
Oh, an anguished
4-2.
expression on her face. She's disappointed with that one.
She went for the Jorgen Persson swat kill there with her backhand. Just narrowly missing. And her high standards, she wasn't happy.
Or 3. For all.
Well, she went for the kill but didn't manage the execution. She's looking a bit frustrated now, do you suspect, Gavin?
Yeah, one or two shots that she's missed now that she would expect to put on the table herself. I think it's momentary frustration.
4-5.
Holding on in there, ZHU. It would have been easy to allow Wang to keep going with that momentum she found just towards the end of the second game. You'd be a little bit disappointed after having a lead and losing, but she's holding in there now, maintaining her level, giving herself another chance.
6-5. Five, 7.
Great backhand, the
5-8.
backhand trading again. They're the rallies we like to see.
Rallies that Marlin likes to see as well. Once again, up on his feet. And we've seen some really competitive rallies in this match. WANGYIDI just edging ahead again.
Eight, 6.
Leaping through the air at times there, WANGYIDI. Not able to make the final one.
Eight, 7.
Well, that 3-point lead is quickly being eaten into by Zhu CHENGZHU. Still looking for her first win over WANGYIDI in 11 previous encounters.
All.
Momentum shifting back once again towards ZHU, who's come from 5-8 down to level at 8-all, and looking like she really believes. Gavin, we saw the nerves in the opening stages. We saw a really nervy opening game from her, but she's looking more and more confident as she grows into this match.
Zhu is certainly starting to show her level over these last 2 games. We didn't really see it in the first, but now we're seeing what she's capable of. And even when she plays her best, she still finds herself behind. That's a testament to the quality of WANGYIDI.
Well, we have the first timeout of the match, and it is Zhu who's called for a breather, heading back over towards her coach.
Time.
Let's see what words of advice Zhu can take from her coach back to the table. She's told to be decisive, calling for the timeout at 8-9 down, but she brought herself back from 5-8 down. That's some great momentum, but WANGYIDI with that last point, and Zhu clearly needing to stop the momentum. Wins the first point after the restart.
Little change of pace as well there, which was nice. Just playing a little bit more arc, high spin on the ball. Caused WANGYIDI a problem. Good variation, change of the pace. Now we might see a return to that quick backhand style. Oh wow, what a forehand cross.
9-10.
Telegraphed. Saw the WANGYIDI attack coming cross court, as she's notorious for, and stood up to it and dispatched it.
And with it, she's earned herself a game point. Big opportunity now.
Ten all.
Not afraid to go back to the same place. We just saw her lose the point, WANGYIDI, going again to the Zhu forehand, and this time it paid off.
Out of 10. All.
Well, Zhu coping really well with the pressure to save game point. Wasn't able to convert her own, but has given herself a chance in this third game.
Let 11 all.
Pure class there from WANGYIDI with the forehands. Ma Lin calling a timeout now for the match point. He clearly has a tactic he wants to give her to close out this game.
Second game point for WANGYIDI.
Time.
WANGYIDI with her second game point, 12-11 up in the third.
On.
Well, it's certainly not the restart she would have wanted.
Not often we see her come out on the wrong end of one of those backhand-to-backhand trading rallies. Probably got exactly what she wanted. Just couldn't finish it off.
It's a second game point now to Zhu CHENGZHU. The momentum swinging back towards world number 66. Can she do what WANGYIDI's been unable to do, and that is wrap this game up, get it over the line. WANGYIDI with the serve, more consistent of the two on serve.
all. Let 13 all. Let 13 all. (13-14).
WANGYIDI looking like she's going for power there, but
there's that shovel serve that Fraser Riley wanted to see, proving effective this time. Slightly longer in the middle.
Zhu CHENGZHU wraps it up at the third time of asking. It took her 3 game points to get it over the line, but she's got the job done. Got a game on the board. WANGYIDI leads 2-1, but that was an impressive game from the world number 66. Let's head down to Fraser Riley, who's courtside. Fraser, this match is wide open now.
It is now, Rebecca. Yeah, it's an admirable fight there from the Hong Kong China player. I feel as though her change of pace was excellent. I feel as though her change of placement could still be a little bit better. We'll see what happens next, but well done, 15-13 after losing the last game so close. Showed good mental mettle there.
Good mental mettle indeed. Thank you very much, Fraser. Let's head over to table 4. This was an earlier on match point between the Korean pair and the English pair, Cheng Wu-jin, in action. So, in straight games in best of 5 over at the University Sport Complex. Congratulations to them. We'll see them in the next round. Well, let's turn our attention back now to table 1, where the tension is palpable. WANGYIDI with 2 game points, couldn't convert either of them. And now she gets us back underway in game 4 in this best of 7. She won't be happy, Gavin, with the way that last game ended. She had those opportunities that she wasn't able to put away. How will she approach this next game? Will she be carrying that frustration through to this one? Will she be able to shake it off? It's going to be fascinating to see what happens.
I feel there'll be a certain element of frustration from WANGYIDI. However, I think she's going to channel that into positive energy. We'll start to see her become more dynamic, more energy, running, shouting on the table, just trying to G herself up a little bit again and get back into this, get back to the rhythm that she had in the first 2 games.
Zhu CHENGZHU came close in the second game. She lost that 11 points to 9, but got that third one wrapped up. And again, it just shows us that she is growing in confidence as this one goes on. And in the best of 7 games, that can only bode well for the world number 66.
And much more expressive as well there. You're seeing that backhand down the line. We haven't seen many of those. Clipping the net on the way over. And again, turning, playing a forehand directly to the middle of WANGYIDI. It's a winner. She's in the ascendancy. 6 of the last 8 points have gone the way of the Hong Kong China player. Claws her way back in, WANGYIDI, and you see now the reaction, just giving herself another shout, trying to recreate that energy again, as we spoke about already.
Well, you'd have to go all the way back to 2017 to find the last time Zhu was able to take a game off WANGYIDI. Every meeting since then, there's been 7 of them, been over in straight games.
The World Championships does crazy things to people. There's a lot of pressure on both sides in all players involved here. We've seen plenty of upsets throughout the years, and who knows, could we have another one here?
Five, 4. All.
Well, WANGYIDI just can't seem to find any kind of a rhythm, can she? Looking like a completely different player from the one we saw in the opening game that she won 11 points to 2, barely broke a sweat, and now she's being made to work really, really hard.
Often the case in this seven game format. There's ebbs and flows in terms of momentum. There's ebbs and flows in terms of your own level going up and down as well. And WANGYIDI is just riding that storm now. Managed to keep a lead despite her not being at top level.
Six all.
Little apology there from Zhu. Maybe not a clean connection on her racket.
Seven, 6.
Full stretch there, trying to meet that forehand, and celebrates as she takes the point, looking really fired up.
Six, 9.
Bit of fortune on the way over there. Ball just clipping the top of the net, putting it out of the normal flight path for WANGYIDI. She uses it to her advantage now, takes another one. Good backhand topspin, finds herself within one again.
Play.
WANGYIDI is being told to hurry up. Hasn't shown any signs of wanting to get going with that point, but earns herself at 2 game points now. This is certainly a game that she'll want to see the back of. It's not been an easy ride at all for the world number 4.
Nice change of direction on her serve there as well. She went outside with the pendulum serve, wide into the Zhu backhand. We haven't seen as many of them recently.
WANGYIDI wraps it up 11 points to 8. No repeat of the last one that we saw her squander those game points, and she now takes a 3 games to 1 lead in this best of 7. But WANGYIDI certainly not looking at her very best. In that 4th game, she is being pushed indeed by Zhu CHENGZHU, the player who's never beaten her in 11 previous meetings. Well, here's a look at the top seeds in this tournament. Sun Yingsha is top of the tree, China dominating the first 4 seeds. WANGYIDI, the world number 4, 4th seed here. Japan very well represented indeed as well. Bernadette Soch, the best of the Europeans. Top 16 here. Congratulations to all of those players who've been given a seeding at these World Championships. That is no mean feat at all. And we are looking at the 4th seed in action here at Table 1, this opening round match in the women's singles. WANGYIDI leading by 3 games to 1. She's now a game away from sealing her place in the 2nd round, but it certainly isn't a formality. Zhu CHENGZHU of Hong Kong, China, looking for her very first win over WANGYIDI. But she has got her very first game over WANGYIDI since 2017.
One love. Love to.
Nice start and nice forehand. Using the angles really well. You can just see it coming off the side of the table there in the replay. That's how good it needs to be to go past WANGYIDI. What an inside-out forehand there from Zhu. Incredible start to this game.
Yeah, fantastically strong start from Zhu CHENGZHU, who knows that she needs to get a game on the board in this one and needs a win if she is to stay in this competition. Let's head down to Fraser Riley, who is at the field of play.
There's been some really interesting turnings of the tables tactically. I feel as though WANGYIDI in the first couple of games was clearly better than Zhu. Zhu up to a game in that department. WANGYIDI tightening the screw in the serve receive. That made the difference in the last game. 6 apiece and 8-9. But now Zhu is performing way better in the rally. So we're going to have to see something different now from WANGYIDI.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fraser. Down at the table, he's got a fantastic view of all the action. And Zhu performing better in the rallies. That's Fraser's assessment. Certainly performing better in game 4, 5-1 up in this one. And is that where the match is going to be won and lost, Gavin?
Yeah, I think Fraser's exactly right. Zhu is really coming into herself. If she can get into the open play, right now she looks the better player.
2-5.
It's not so easy to get into the open play. serve receive. WANGYIDI so strong.
Six two. Six three. Four six. Five six.
Really tempting serve there from WANGYIDI, just tempting Zhu into trying to take on that forehand topspin, but just a little bit too close to that end line. Just not able to get enough to get it over the net.
Six all.
And WANGYIDI doing well to make up the ground after a shaky start to this fifth game. Fraser said in the rallies that's where Zhu has been the stronger of the two players. WANGYIDI now drawing level, 6 points apiece, and these are tens times indeed at table one. And had a great rally, and this one goes the way of the fourth seed.
WANGYIDI did extremely well to stand up there and play backhand. Looked like she was out of it with some great angles from Zhu, but able to get back up to the table and put some pressure on with her backhand. Zhu will need a few more of those. Ball just clipping the net on the way over. With that backhand, gave her a chance there to come in a little bit stronger than she would have had.
Well, it's been a fantastically competitive match between this pair, and it certainly wouldn't have thought it would be on paper. Given that Zhu is still looking for her first win over WANGYIDI. They know each other very well indeed. This is their 11th meeting. WANGYIDI with the head-to-head, 10 wins versus 0 for Zhu. And certainly Zhu is more than standing up to the challenge of WANGYIDI.
Oh, that's great. Both sides trading
7-9.
forehands back from the table, stepping back in to play backhand to backhand. Exceptional stuff.
Well, in terms of the momentum, 7 of the last 8 points have gone the way of the world number 4. She looks to wrap this game up.
7-10.
It's best of 7. 3 match points for WANGYIDI. Pressure on Zhu CHENGZHU. Can she come up with something special here?
Ten eight.
One match point save, 2 to go.
This is a superb showing under pressure from Zhu CHENGZHU, saving 2 match points against this formidable opponent. Can she save a third?
And
Well, it is third time lucky for Wang Yidi, surviving a resurgence from Zhu CHENGZHU to wrap that up 4-1 in this best of 7. It was a tricky encounter for the number 4 seed, who advances through to the second round. But look at that, the third game, Zhu CHENGZHU taking that one 15 points to 13. Wang Yidi with 3 game points, couldn't convert any of them. 3 match points, managed to convert at the third time of asking. Wang Yidi through to the next round.
Zhu certainly didn't look like a player who has a 10-0 loss record against Wang Yidi. Did extremely well to come back into that match, put her best showing of herself forward, and I'm sure when she goes home to reflect, she'll be able to take a lot of positives from that match.